Shout out to everyone in the comments. Each one, Jegawa Mudaka. Now, I want to talk about the Passover, which no one seems to be or to have mentioned now that it has passed. So, the Passover is the first moon. The first full moon of an year is what you call the Passover. Now, we had the Passover happening with the first full moon happening in Scorpio. So that was yesterday in East Africa. So yesterday was Wednesday, Upper Africa now. There's been a lot of speculations. There's been a lot of names given to the weather. Oh, ni El Nino. Oh, nyef. Oh, sijui ni drainage and everything. But that is not what is happening on the ground. Now, every time we have what you call a jubilee. A jubilee is what mnasemanga in Kikuyu mwaka wa ituika. What is a jubilee year? Each year or every year which when you divide it to 7 or 49 you are left with 0 is what you call a jubilee year, aka 2023, which was last year, which adds up to 7, the 7th year. We are now in 2024, the 8th year, the year of the dragon. So 2023, if you are to divide it to 49 or with 7, you are left with 0, meaning that is a jubilee year. So, in Kikuyu, this is what we say. Ate mwaka waitueka, wajagia na vothi, norekaga na vothi. When you go to your Bible, the title, the book, whatever you want to call it, this is in Genesis 41:17. Okay? This is the story where Pharaoh is having dreams and is looking for someone to come and interpret his dream. So Joseph is called from the cells, okay, from the prisons, to come and interpret the dream for Nani? For Pharaoh. Okay? Genesis 41:17. So he comes to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh tells Joseph, you know, Joseph, I was dreaming that there were these very fattened cows that were being eaten by very 7 emaciated cows, and all that nonsense, all that story in the Bible. I'm not going to go back to the story. Now, that is what we are calling the 7 good years. If you want to go back into the dates when we started these stories and everything, that would be, so that Pharaoh's dream would be in the year 1771. Okay? If you want to go back to the calendar. But that is not the most important thing. So every Jubilee has the 7 good years followed by the 7 bad years. Now, we are in year 2024 or year 8, meaning mwaka wa ituika or the Jubilee starts with Vodhi. What is Vodhi? Vodhi is the bountiful harvest and the bountiful times. Okay? Now, so, since we are living, and remember, we are just moved into the new age of Aquarius and everything. So we are moving from an old age, the old age of Pisces, dreams, imaginations, illusions, all that thing. And we are moving into the age of Aquarius, I know, and all that thing, okay? So now, the 7 bad years that were there, aka the 7 emaciated cows, that even when they ate the fattened cows, nothing changed. They were still weak, are gone. So now we have gone into the next 7 bountiful years, mwaka wa Vodhi or the Jubilee, which is why they are talking about the Vision 2030. That is where they are talking about the Vision 2030, aka the next 7 years will be bountiful in harvest. So we had to have this kind of rain to come and clear the old, because we are going into the new, because water cleanses, water washes. So this was a watering down of the old. And remember, we have now the sun just moved from Aries into Taurus, which is the second house, Canaan Baal. So everything is getting fixated, what you call the middle of spring. By the time we get to around May 15, we are going to have sun. Kutakuwa na jua, watu watalimia, you go outside mulimie chakula na vitu kama hizo. And then the rains are gonna come back. AKA, this now, ile unajua the last time you've been planting, umekuwa mkiona mahindi, haijakuwa ikitoa the roots, zile tap roots inatoanga, no, not tap root, mahindi inatoanga, zile root mahindi inatoanga za kujishikilia. So you are going to witness, you don't need anyone to tell you that it's going to rain. You are going to witness the maize ikitoa more extra roots to root itself deeper, preparing for the rain, aka the rains that you're having in Kikuyu, inoitagwo Buraya Moyoro. But this is nothing. The next one that is coming, inoitagwo Buraya Givovoto. So it's coming, heavier rains than the ones that you had last week. But you are going to have a respite of 15 days, then that rain is going to come. And this has got nothing to do with the weather system. This is nature, as above, so below, throughout the history from 1771 and beyond. It's just that people are lost in religion and they don't know these things. Okay? Because you are taught the ways of the world view, not what the world is. So you have the world view, the laws more than it within you are, more than the laws, the governments, and how they want you to work. And then we have the earth itself and how it works in nature. It's just that you are the people who are out of harmony with nature. Nature has got nothing to do with you. Nature is not angry. There's no climate change. There's nothing. Climate change is created by people as a mentality, as a mental form to capitalize on what you call carbon credits, aka you are going to have millionaires out of thin air. Your car, you add some more money on your car license because of the cc's of your car, unaambiwa ni ya clean the air. Okay, we need inside an atmosphere that cleans it itself. We are inside a living organism. The same way we unaweza enda uhare is the same way this nature cleanses itself. We are inside a water-like, or what you can call a lizard-like or a dragon-like being in the Draco constellation. And even the constellation is not real, but it's the name we can give to that thing because we lack words. AKA, that which need not be said need no language. Language is man-made and self-taught. Now, I'm going to read the Bible for you to learn what I'm talking about. When you go to Genesis 41:17, where's that fucking Bible? So, and I'm going to say it in Kikuyu for you to understand and in Kizungu. Now, Genesis 41:17, and I read, Muthamaki ni atumanire Joseph agetwo nake agikirehwo na ruo muno kuma njera. Arikia kweja nderu na gwikira nguo ingi agiuka mbere ya muthamaki. So in English, Pharaoh sent and called for Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon, and he shaved himself to one level. He shaved his beard and changed his raiment, those are his garments, and came unto Pharaoh. Now remember, Egypt as a location, the word Egypt means slave. We are now decoding the allegory and the words behind it. Now, muthamaki akimwira atiri, ndirarorete na gutire mundu uhotete gutaura uria kiroto kiu kiraugaga. Nijiritwo ati we ugigua uria mundu arotete no mutaurire. So Pharaoh is saying unto Joseph, I have dreamt a dream. There is no one that can interpret it, and I have heard them say of thee, Joseph, that thou can understand a dream to interpret it. Remember, Joseph was not an actual person. We are talking about a mentality. Allegories. The same way, when someone is a drunkard, or when someone who loves drinking, tomoitaga monyua. The same way, when a girl or someone is born and they keep dying, when they come back to the home, we call them jockey because we are returning them. It's allegory. Now, wewe, blueprint, you wait until I finish teaching before you start asking me what you want to sacrifice. Or I stop teaching and you talk about sacrifice. So all you care about now is sacrifice. So you don't care about what I'm talking about. The moon is in Scorpio. So stop stinging your ass. Okay? With your Scorpio ass. You should check your Scorpio. Wait until I'm done, then you can ask your questions. Now, wapeanga chance naambia ask question, no one ask question. Now, when I want to teach is when you want to ask questions. What do you want us to do now? Should I stop teaching? Because you can tell me, I don't have to teach. And you nilisema I'm going to sacrifice this application for teaching. I'm going to sacrifice this whole spirituality page because this is disrespectful, and I can go back to teaching on Twitter. I have many other channels. I'm on YouTube. I can quit this if you think this is a joke. Okay? Sit your ass down and learn, or keep browsing, or unfollow. Now, so do those yore. So now he's talking to Joseph. So he's telling Joseph about his dream. So he said, behold, there came out of the river 7 fattened, flat-shed, and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. Okay? So remember, a river in the Bible is not talking about water flowing, it's talking about emotions. This is a book of allegory. That is why they say that you need to learn how to decode this book. So, Muthamaki akira Joseph atiriri, ndirarotete ndirona ndugamite rutere-ini rwa rũĩ rwa Nile, the Nile River. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, in my dream, behold, I stood upon the banks of the river. 18. Nacio ng'ombe mũgwanja, 7 fattened cows, na nyoroku, iraumĩra rũĩ-inĩ, irambĩrĩria kũrĩa nyeki. And behold, there came out of the river 7 fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. Thutha ũcio ng'ombe ici mũgwanja, ingĩ mũgwanja hĩnju, o nginya mahĩndĩ makaumĩra, nacio iraumĩra. Niĩ ndirĩ ndona ng'ombe ta icio bũrũri-inĩ wothe wa Misiri. And behold, now Pharaoh is telling Joseph, 7 other kind came after them, poor and very ill-favored, and kukonda. Such I have never seen in all the land of Egypt for badness. They had never seen such weak cows. Okay? Now, 20 now. Ng'ombe iria heju iroka iraria isio irare noru. So, the lean cows and the ill-favored kind cows, and you have to understand the kind of a cow that is called a kine, did eat up the first 7 fat kine. So 21. No rere, ona cia ciriare gutiri mundu ungiramenyire ati ni irite tondu irare njuru ota uria irahanaga itana ciria. So even after they had eaten, so even after these cows had eaten the fat cows, nothing changed. They never fattened. There was no difference. Nyingi ndirarotire ndirona gira mugwanja njega cia ngano ijuru. So he was even dreaming with wheat. There were 7 heads of wheat that were weak and everything. I'm going to jump quickly, and I'm not here to read the Bible. So now, Joseph is telling the Pharaoh. Now he grows very fast to tell him. So he's telling him, this is in Genesis 41, verse 26 now. So Joseph is telling the king, ng'ombe icio no mũgwanja nĩ mĩaka mũgwanja, na ona ngira icio mũgwanja njega no mĩaka mũgwanja, cierĩ irauga o ũndũ ũmwe. So he's telling the king, the 7 good kine, or the 7 fat cows, are the 7 years, and the 7 good ears of wheat are the 7 years. The dream is one. Okay? And the 7 thin and ill-favored kind that came after them are the 7 years. You are even told it's about years, even in the Bible is telling you. And the 7 empty years blasted with the east wind shall be the 7 years of famine. So we are talking of 7 years of famine, 7 years of bountiful. Okay? Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt, the land of the slaves. Egypt means the slaves. Okay? And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land. So the 7 years that end what you call a jubilee, tuwaga mwaka wa ituika urekagia na vothi, jubilee, na mwaka wa ituika wajagia na vothi, a jubilee. So the 7 bad years are gone. So now we are starting the 7 good years. That is where they are talking of Vision 2030. From 2024 to 2030, so that by 2031, before you go to the other 7 negative years now, you'll have been set, aka right now you're supposed to be investing. Right now, that is why your president is busy being used like a puppet by the West. They are all here planting. They are all here bringing their steamer, carbon credit. They are planting. Wewe ndio uko kwa kanisa umepiga magoti in your weakness praying. And the Bible tells you, my people shall perish for lack of knowledge. This is not a time to pray. This is a time to work. But they know this. That is why Benny Hinn came. Because you see, your country is not ruled by you. Your president is a puppet of the West. You did not vote for your president. They are chosen and placed there. Voting is just a circus. Ni sarakasi. The only person maybe you vote for is your MCA. All the others wachana nayo. Hiyo ingine ni story. Huwezi elewa. Okay? Hiyo ni circus. Now, we are in 2024. Meaning, why they are talking of Vision 2030, and they even told you, building back better. They tell you, building back better, because those 7 years, everything was crashing and falling. So when you are watching the news and you see the pale white horse, the king's horse, was landing in London, building, uniambie, ile farasi na bebanga King Charles was in the streets, not at home, not at the barn, in the streets. People are taking pictures of a horse, the pale horse, running in the streets of London. That's a ritual. It's in your Bible. It's acting up as you see, but you are too blind to see, as usual. But I'm just the messenger. Whatever you do with the message is up to you. I don't care what you do with the message. You can trash it. You can wipe your ass with it. You can ignore it. That's yours. The message that's been sent. So prepare yourself for the next 7 years to plant. Bountiful years. Because for the next, after 2031, after the Vision 20, after they have planted everything, carbon credit, green, everything, they are coming back with another version of operation variables. And those next 7 years after that, 2031, will be trials and tribulations like you have never seen before. That is why they talk about you be running to the mountains to cover you and they not cover you. Shout out to Nyambura for the necklace. Okay, so that is the message for you for today. It's a quick and short one. It's Thursday, it's expansion, it's Jupiter. Whatever you want to do with the message is up to you. The message has been delivered. My commandment, thou shalt not hate the messenger. Thou shalt take the message. So you can keep screaming to the mountains, muende kwa waganga, muende kanisa, it's on you. Everything is on you. If you don't invest, if you don't plan, and they are planning, wanakuja wanaanzisha Naivasha magari mukiona, your president should have been on the ground taking care of the people who are getting drowned. But he was there in Naivasha doing what they want him to do. Because they are setting up ground. Muko hapa scream, oh, the UN seems to be no bit to Nairobi. Wewe ndio uko blind. Create your own community. Look for your own people. Let me tell you something. Right now, we have Pluto Aquarius alignment in the sky. I told you about Saturn Pisces direct. Dreams and illusions and imagination. Chukua loan sasa. Mimi I can advise you, take a loan now. Before I will never advise you to take a loan. Take a loan now. Invest. Take a loan now. The next 7 years will be bountiful. Utashindwa kulipa your loan. Take a loan now. Shikaneni community. Endeni mununue shamba. Pandeni miti. Shikaneni community. You don't have to. Ampendani. Africans, you hate anything that looks like you. Okay? So don't even. Usishikana na Afrika watakuangusha. Look for white people investors. Look for anyone. It's not about skin color. Look for people you can join together as a soul group. Buy land. The war in Marsabit has got nothing to do with bandits. We don't have bandits in Kenya. No one is going, hakuna mtu anaweza rusha maya polisi, but they are going to be flushed out of those places because Baringo, Marsabit, they are giving those people to the Arabs for carbon credits. And in 7 years, hakuna mtu ataingia kwa msitu. In 7 years, they are going to be having drones patrolling the forests because those forests will belong to the white people. That is why wameanza kuongea marginalization. That is why wameanza kusema ati ng'ombe zinashuta Eldoret because they are going to end pastoralists. India has 316 million cows, but they're not going to India to tell them about to control their cows because cows are holy in India. However, in Eldoret saizi wameanza complain ati ng'ombe zinashuta sana methane. Na mutakubali because you will have nothing and will be happy because you love suffering. Asa ulize hiyo swali ulikuwa umeuliza wewe, Blueprint. What are we supposed to sacrifice today, April 25th? Now, during the Passover, this is the time the Israelites were making what you call the unleavened bread. Why unleavened bread? What does that mean? AKA, they were living so quickly, they didn't have the time to wait for the bread to rise, AKA yeast. So walikuwa wanapika mkate very quickly, unleavened bread. So the rituals that you can do right now is eating an unleavened bread, AKA mkate aina yeast, mkate aina mafuta. That is one ritual you can do. Now, I can go into the details, but you can Google also. I don't even know why I'm going to the details. Go and go. You can use Google. Google there. What ritual to practice during the Passover. Itakuletea. It is for the Hebrews. Now, practice that. You're supposed to be eating bitter things, vitu kalikali, because when they were fleeing the slave land, they were eating berries na vitu kwa barabara, vitu chungu chungu. Kwa hivyo saizi ni wakati ya kukula managu, terere, but wewe huwezi jua kwa sababu kukinyesha terere inamea, kukinyesha managu inamea na inakuanga kali. So ukikula ni kali. So in those days they were eating bitter fruits na vitu kama hizo. Hii ni wakati ya kukula terere na managu, achana na sukuma. Utakula sukuma kukikuwa na jua. Kula anything that is growing out of nature now because it has rained. Those are the rituals you practice. You're also supposed to slaughter and eat. Lakini juu nyinyi you are poor, amunanga kitu, wacha kuchinja, eno ununue chicken wings, si breast ama kitu ingine ama miguu, chicken wings iko hapo kwa hiyo ritual ya Bible. Eat chicken wings, eat bitter fruits, eat bitter materere, but eat now with the intention that you are doing it as a ritual. Do that day as a ritual with your family, and then set the intention that you are coming from Egypt, you are coming from slavery into the new land. Passover, the first full moon of the year. Welcome to the new year. Tuko Passover 14 days. Yesterday, the first full moon of the year ndio itangwa Passover. Google hapo. Passover itakuonyesha ni the first full moon of the new year. Mwaka imeanza last week. We just gone 2 weeks. Mwaka ianzangi January. Hiyo ni yako na watu wako na kalenda yako. We do follow those, but that is bullshit. The year starts when you can see the sign, the rains are here, everything is new. Saizi ukiangalia everything is grown. Unaona vitu zinamea hujaiona. Na hii ni nini inamea kwangu nje? Hebu tungoje imemea tuone ni nini, cause it's spring, birth, the beginning. And the rain, hii mnaitanga mvua, ni seed. Ndio maana unaona kwa shamba kunaweza mea kitu hujaiona. Maisha yako yote hujaiona, and then they just grow. Unasema tozi tulimere, those are seeds. This is not just rain, this is not water. Ndio maana you can water your garden or you water irrigation. You never see the things that grow when it rains. Story for another day. Sasa, let me see if there's another question. You can ask your question very quickly before I go now. I want to go and buy some car tubes because I want to make a boat. When God gives you lemon, you make lemonade. So there's a huge pond that has formed where I live. Kumejaa maji kompaka na ducks na bata sijaiona. So I want to go and make a boat. Nataka kununua tubes za gari kama 6-8. I make a boat, we go with my daughter and enjoy the waters. I'm not cursing the rain. Si kama nyinyi mnapiga unduru, mnachukia mvua. You have nothing that is good. Kukiwa najua, oh my God, it's too hot. Gaito igwera than riwa rere. Kukinyesha, oi gaito nyihanyiria bura. You have nothing because you forgot your spirituality. Enda kanisa, pelekea Kiengei pesa na Benihin in 2024. Napeleka pesa kwa Benihin. You are still building for the wazungus. Slaves built the pyramids. Not for themselves, but for the pharaohs, the rulers. That was a government. You are building the government, the church, because the churches are not yours. The Romans, sio nyinyi, is the Roman Catholic Church. The Presbyterians, sio nyinyi, it is their church. The Melchizedeks, is sio nyinyi, it is their church. All that money you give to the church, you are still giving to the whites. You are still building the pyramids because they still rule you. Jana niliona PCA wanapelekana kotini juu ya pesa. How can a church, so-called God thing, kuwa kotini juu ya pesa? But you love suffering. So continue suffering. I forgot to make moon water on the full moon juicy. Next time utakumbuka ina shida. I'm listening to you as I eat that bread in my Israel friend. You see? Someone is listening and they're eating the same bread with their friend in Israel. We kaa tu hapo. Ukiomba Mungu. Na iwe shangwe. Na wenye wanajua, they are practicing rituals. That is why they rule the world. Israel is running the world. They get weapons free. They are protected. Hata unasema, we stand with Israel. Ujui kwa nini? Because they are practicing their rituals. Wewe enda kwa Kiengei. Toka hapa. And if you are scared, go to church. Hisi mwaka ya kubembeleza watu. Does that mean the sun doesn't set the same position? The sun doesn't go anywhere. The sun does not rise, does not set. We are the people who are rotating to the west. That is why the sun seems to be rising from the east. Actually, what you are seeing is not the sun. You are witnessing an event, aka two high velocity things. When they come together, that force, they create friction and fusion and pressure. So that spark, when you see a lightning, is when we have a cool and whatever, ulisoma GAC, that lightning is what the sun is, but on a macro, because it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. Hujaiona jua, hiyo si jua unaonanga. Hiyo ni the after effect. Unaonanga an event that has already happened. Okay? Hakuna question. So if you don't have questions, then I can go. I'm not here for entertainment. Can go and make my boat. So now hakuna swali. Shout out to everyone in the comments. My moon is in Leo, so I talk like that. So ignore me. You see? My moon is in Leo. That is why I put thing. Leo represented by the Lion King. Okay? The Lion King. The 5th house. You ladies are looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out to the beautiful ladies, South Sudanese. They're looking amazing. Always make ladies' days, eh? Yeah, curves. You always have to be attracted to women. If you're a man and you don't look at women, I have to look at you funny. Like, what the fuck? You're not looking at women. Because the Bible ilikuambia, they're not covet. Fuck it. Wewe na unakuta avocado imemea na ukulangi avocado. Angalia mtu venye iko na avocado. Why? Curves. Curves. Women are walking vibration. Curves. You may find a woman, she doesn't need to have a big ass, but she has curves. She has curves you can grab. Nipewe miwa. Wewe mzee, nipewe miwa mbili hapo. Naona unaenjoy sukari peke yako hapo.
Sukari tu enjoy na wewe.
Kabisa, si ndio? Nashukuru sana.
Safi, safi.
Thank you very much. Now, let's add some sugar into the life now. Mimi nimekuwa mkali sana. Nimeitisha miwa. Miwa is sweet, is sugar. So let's turn this into a sugar thing. We have a Leo rising in the house. Yeah, so when you look at your hands, okay? Even the days of the month are in your hands. You count from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then the other day, the other hand, that is 28. The 28 days, moon. Okay? Then when you have your fingers like this, what does it represent in astrology? This is the first finger, the pointing finger. So this is Aries, the first house. Okay? That is why this is the point of reference for the first time. You can point a thing. You are pointing, referencing for the first time. Ni yule, ni pale, kuja. Point of reference for the first time. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Okay? Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Cancer, Leo. Nini yo? Virgo. So Cancer is what? The 4th house. Home affairs. Leo. Okay? Your solar plexus. Virgo. Okay? Your ability to bend over backwards or forward for other people. That is why ukifanywa hivi unasikianga vibaya. Ati fuck you. Usikiangi vibaya ati juu ni kidole. No. Is what it represents. Okay? What it represents. The ring finger. So tumeanza hapa. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Libra. Okay, keyword, the 7th house. Libra. What is this? 8th house. Scorpio. What is this? Sagittarius. So this is why it's a ring finger. This is why we put the ring finger here for wedding, of what it represents. Okay? That is why Cancer. And a small finger. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Tutoke hapo. Libra, balancing, maat. You are balancing something, so you are getting married. 8th house, your dick and pussy area, your desires, your sexual organ. Sagittarius, your thighs. That is why you go on a holiday, on a honeymoon. Because Sagittarius represents that ability to travel. That is why in December una travel. Tutoke hapo tumemaliza ya Sagittarius. Tuingie hii. The Pope anaekanga kidole kwa hii. Why? This is Capricorn. What is Capricorn? 10th house energy. Standing on business, the boss. That is why the mafia, they wear ring on this. That is why the Pope anavaa you unaenda una kiss the mafia. Capricorn, standing on business, your 10th house, aka your crown chakra condenses has become your knee. You being able to stand on business. So this is Capricorn. This is Aquarius. Scorpio. That is why you are kissing the Pope's ring, standing for Aquarius. Scorpio. Then this is Pisces, dreams, imaginations and illusions. Hata ujui kwa nini unavaa ring. Unavaa tu. Ulikuta pastor, hey, may thy will be done, hey, you are getting married. Uliza kama Kenyatta alikuwa Freemason na unaona akivalishwa nguo. Si unamuona amevalishwa nguo. When you go and read the book called Facing Mount Kenya, the first page iko na tomb ya Kenyatta, that is a Masonic. It's not a tomb, that's a Masonic place. That is why hakuwekwa kwa mchanga. You're not supposed to be buried the same way the king is put in a vault, the queen was put in a vault. Kenyatta was a Freemason. Hata wanaonyesha akivalishwa hizo nguo. He was wearing a Mason ring. And Mason si watu wabaya. They are just builders. Usikia ati Freemason ni mbaya. What does free mean? Free means you are free to build. What is Ma? Ma means mother. What is son? Sons of mother. So a Freemason is someone who's free to build under a mother. That's it, that's all. Chokshino kiambiwa ati Freemason ni kitu mbaya. You're supposed to be your own Mason. Sasa, unakaa hapo unajengewa tu umekaa. Tujenge kanisa. Wewe kwako kutajengwa lini? Did you see any church coming through for you when it was flooding? Did you see a single church? Muliona Ezekiel ametuma boat? Muliona Pastor Kuna ametuma boat? Muliona Pastor Kuna amepeana unga with all their millions and billions? Did you see a single church come through for you? None of you. Eric Omondi came through for you. Trainers, shout out to all trainers wa Jimu wa Githurai and all those men who are rescuing you. Watu wa femicides sijui walikuwa wapi wenye wasemanga men are dogs. They were not there. We saw men, we saw the youth man, Shembeteng, the youth. Ndio tumeona wakirescue watu. There was no church, there was no government, there was no business. Hakuna uchumi ilikuja, hakuna Quickmart ilikuja. So the 5 pillars that ran the door, hakukuwa na musician alikuja. Okay? No one came for you. Not even a single musician. Sauti Sol hakukuja kuwasaidia. You have to understand how this world works. The 5 pillars that ran the world, none came through for you, but you built them. You're the one who built them. You build your musicians. You are their biggest fan. You go to their concerts. You build your government. You pay them taxes. You take all your money to the church. They never came for you. The musicians, everything. You are on your own. The only thing you have is each other. And the moment you learn to come together as each other as a community is when you are going to be liberated. Otherwise, divide and conquer is working. As and then in Madare, Mwanze Kenyans for Kenyans. Unless you come up with a pay bill, ndio mnaweza saidika. No one will ever come through for you. I wish you did the same. Always coming up with a pay bill. Mnanunua shamba private as an entity. Mnapanda miti. Mnakulia carbon credit. But you hate each other. That is what hii video amwezi share ama kulike. Kama ingekuwa upuzi ya Kanyale amba kusuka Sambi akiuzia dildo mungekuwa thousands of viewers mukishare. But all of you are traumatized and abused. So you cannot love anything. How can you and you don't even love yourself? Don't share, juu nimesema. Wacha ikae. It's not blackmail. I was just saying it. I don't care about your likes. Your likes don't get me paid. Nothing. We do this for God. That is why I can sit in a car and make videos anyway and have bills to pay and they just pay themselves. I don't even have a 9 to 5 and I don't depend on your likes. You know that is how I talk. Unajua sina ubaya. Okay? Najua sina ubaya. You know that is how I talk. I talk like that. Choki, uliza yako, wacha kuuliza wadau ati tunafanya nini wengine hapa. Ukitaka kutoka enda. Unasikia wewe hata si wa hapa, ni kurudi, ni joki. Wewe si wa hapa, umerudi. Ulirudishwa. It's a ritual that was done to have your name back. Now, mshanizoea kabisa. So, if you have any question, you can ask now. Kama kuna mtu wako na swali. Nimeweza kukula sukari, so now I'm feeling a little bit sugar and spice, so we can add some sugar and spice. Barabara iko na wasichana warembo. Ama Sudanese walienda hivi, nimeona wengine warembo. Acha hawa nimeona na mira. Kuna wengine wamepita huko. Moja amevaa brown, they look beautiful bana. I didn't know this place has such beautiful girls. You know, I'm not your average Catholic priest who fuck boys. Me, I'm into women. I'm straight, more than Arura. So me, I look at beautiful women with no shame. Okay? No shame. Because I'm straight. If you're a man and you don't look at women, I have a problem with you. Because the only thing that we have is male and female. Masculine and feminine. Hii ingine yako ati I'd rather not say hiyo ni yako. Otherwise ungekuwa unasema, is that a man cow? Is that a woman cow? Is that a man bee? Is that a woman bee? No, you only say, is that a male or female? Done. Hata kwa plug ya socket, it's a male socket plug into a female. Hata kwa joint, male and female. The joining of two energies to create another. I'm just admiring them. I'm looking at them, but some of them I'm looking at them with the intention of fucking them, not just admiring them. Nani amekuambia tunaangalia tu? Please share some resources, books we can read about astrology and numerology. Ingia PDF book drive. It's free. Look for any book you want. They are going to come up thousands. Pick one. I'm not going to suggest one. I write books. I don't read books. I write books. Okay? My the name comes from source. I don't need books. I go to the books, I confirm. Nenanga kwa kitabu nasema hii ni kitu najua. So I write books. My books are coming. They're in publish. Yeah, I'm publishing them. Of course not for you. Hamwezi consume vitabu zangu. Hamwezi nunua. Imeandikwa na nani? Jagawa Muthaka. Huwezi nunua. Unataka iandikwe Livingstone, Kingston, iandikwe utasoma ile imeandikwa Robert Einstein. Unataka usome kitabu imeandikwa Galileo. That is what you are going to buy. Now Jega, please talk about the materialization during a spiritual awakening. That comes from the detachment that comes with the spiritual awakening, aka when you are waking up to the lies that everything is not what it seems. You feel you are moral, if you don't feel like you want to participate in anything, so you don't even care about material things. Okay, it's a good place to be, but since you're in the 3D, you need to buy a car, you need to build, so you cannot be in spiritualism and be poor. That is not spirituality, that is religion. Religion is what keeps you poor. Pastor anaenda na private jet, wewe unaenda mguu matope. Hold your charges accountable. Waulize, it was flooding. Kwani mabati ni pesa ngapi? Wezi wanunulia mabati hiyo pesa yote mwapelekeanga. But huwezi uliza. Unaogopa kuchekelewa kanisa. Unaogopa kufukuzwa kanisa. Nimeona mtu akiambia deputy president asiende kwa kanisa yake, ni kama kanisa ni yake. Na wanashirika wanafurahia ati anaambia watu ati alichimba mtaro. Unajua nilichimba mtaro hapa. Deputy President sijui na you are not welcome in my church mpaka mrudishie pesa. Nani alikuambia uchimbe mtaro? Manki. Na watapikia kwa kanisa mnapiga mkono hapo makofi ya kina Kiengei. You people you need to wake up. Msiamuke laleni. How to strengthen your crown chakra. Kula pilipili. That is why the Indians, they like pilipili. Every time you eat food, alchemy of food, ukikula chakula that is hot and spicy. That hot and spicy, that is the alchemy of making your blood lush. But it's happening in your mouth. So since it's happening in your mouth, the crown area, that kind of taps you into that crown chakra. If you know what I'm saying. I need the lunar calendar. Kalenda nilimaliza kutengeneza, nimebakisha nilienda kuprint, which reminds me hata nilikuwa nimesahau hiyo calendar. You know me, sometimes I even forget these things because it's not about money. There's a beautiful woman coming here. I have to show you her. She has curves. Wacha huyu mwenye ameenda. A beautiful woman. Kuna matako, wacha akam. M-Pesa explain the law of attraction na manifestation and the power of the mind. Sasa hizo ni vitu mingi nataka niongelee zote. I cannot do that. Ask a simple question. That's a whole topic. Look at this beautiful woman. Look at these thighs and calves. Thighs and calves. Hot stepper, hot stepper, hot stepper. Let me tell her. She got calves. Let me tell her. Excuse me. She doesn't. Look at her ass. Kwa side mirror, you see? I was about to tell her she has beautiful ass. Maybe she's not used to being complimented. I wanted to tell her, you have a beautiful ass. I love your calves. Sasa amepita shauri yake. Amepitwa na compliment from a real angel. Acha ene na hapo sasa atukanwe. Ataenda na hapo asikie, "Hey, Hadithi nawe." Sasa ungekubali tu nikwambie uko na matako. Kwa nini rasha? Mama wanatoka wapi? Kwa nini rasha? What is the time? Oh shit. Oh, it's Libra. Tumekaribia kufika karibu kufua masaa ya Libra. Nimeona ni 5 okay. Tuko karibu kufika set. No wonder the women are setting. Now they are going home. Beautiful cubs. Talk about incarnation. Achana shingo yangu. It traumas about the shaping. How do you know that's a big ass? You spank the big ass. You know, ajua kuna ass unaweza ipiga. Boom! Inaendelea kushake na umemaliza. Yani aftershake. Pa. Unaislap hii side nyingine. Pa! Pa. Unaishake hivi, unaiachilia tu na watu ikifanya unasema oh my god. All these curves. But it's only, a big ass is only good for spanking. See, tena utaumwa na mgongo. Tena usipende matako kubwa. It's a problem for your back. But if you can handle it, if you can go to the gym to carry all that weight, then it's okay. Na usinunue matako. Hii matako ya kununua, it doesn't last long. Ni sasa. Anita Kolbs anasema, hi Jenga. Hi to you. Too. Anita. So I'm leaving. It was a short public announcement video. Mwenye amelana, mwenye ajalani ni sawa, mwenye amefloat ni sawa, mwenye amelike, mwenye ajalike ni sawa, mwenye ameshare ni sawa, mwenye ajashare. All possibility. God is all possibility. Okay? And I'm with God. This is for God. It's not for you. So, how do you get to know your true purpose? That's a very beautiful question. Who is that? Shout out to Tina Tatu. You see, even the name is rhyming. T is a crossroad, a crossing T. Or when you're going through something. Na naitwa Tina Tatu. Tatu ni 3. Hata kama ni nickname. 1, 2, 3. Idea, problem, solution. She wants a problem. How do you know your true purpose? What do you gravitate to? Out of natural selection, what do you feel happy doing for? Hata kama ungekuwa unalipwa pesa, you feel like doing it. Hata kama ulipangwi, you just feel like doing it even if you're not getting paid for that. That's your purpose. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter whether you have an OnlyFans. God does not judge. That is why people who are in business zingine wanakuanga wanapata pesa. God is a respecter of persons, not an individual. So if you like sending nudes, that can be a purpose. Whatever you feel very comfortable doing, find a way to make money out of that, because that's your purpose. Though you can come for a consultation where if you want to go deeper, this is now when you are looking into your north node, your south node, now you're looking into your chart, you're looking at your sun, your moon, your alignments. Unaget? I just gave you an answer. Your purpose is what you are very happy doing. Like, hata kama ni kulala. Si uliona watu TikTok wananunuliwa mattress juu ya kulala. Walianza content ya kulala. They love being in bed. You even bought them, you give them gifts, lion, ukanunulia kitanda. It's not what you do. It's how you do. That thing that you love doing can make you money. Si Aziada alikuja hapa na tumatitu tudogo. Ukunku na kitambi utawezana. Just that dancing shot Aziad to fame. Now she has company endorsement. Wakona babu na mamba. She's getting on plane, first class. Na pengine angefika huko kote ya kiact. Because she was doing whatever she did and she loved best, which was dancing. She didn't care about her small titties that were looking like socks. She didn't care. Now she can afford to buy boobs. She can afford kushiba. Pengine ninja alikuwa nayo hiyo time Aziad. Sasa hii anashiba, akona matako. Now she can make makeup. Sasa amepewa endorsement mpaka za makeup. Hiyo time alikuwa amesota. So your purpose What you love doing, do it with all your heart. Even in the Bible it tells you, do it with all your heart and give it your best. That becomes that thing that becomes your gift. Sidanganywa ni kitu ingine. Consistency. Whatever you do, you are consistent with it. You are consistent with it. That's your purpose. That becomes your passion. Sasa, you are most welcome, Tina Tatu. You have 5 more minutes of questions. 5. Then 1:45 I leave the live. Five more minutes. Memaliza miwa. 5 more minutes. Small ass, but very curved. Very nice. In a nice green skirt. Handsome young man. Very black. Very melanated. Tone. Skin tone. Talk about reincarnation. There's something that is called carnation, incarnation, reincarnation. Anything that has that RE means it's repeating, reverse, repeat, redo. So reincarnation is doing whatever you are doing, but you are doing it again. It can be a different experience, but you are doing the same trials and tribulation. You have been reincarnated. Incarnation, my beautiful ladies, you are back. Beautiful ladies. Let me show you these beautiful ladies. Look at those beautiful ladies. Look at those Sudanese beautiful ladies. Look at the one in green. Look at her calves. Look at her calves. Look at those calves. Ama mnasikilia naona wasichana mnafikiria siwaoni. Nawaona. My eyes are very open. Even my third eye. Even my third eye is looking. My third eye is looking. My spiritual eye is like, we can do that. We can do something with that, you know. But now these are not my women. Okay. For me, it has to be with the energy first. So you have to look at your aura. I can smell a demon miles away. I can also smell a demon that's working on herself. It doesn't mean that you cannot fuck with a demon. If she's working on herself, if you're working on becoming a better versions of yourself, okay? Anukia. Kwa umbali. So you are talking about our incarnation. So now, incarnation is when you leave this shell, this body, and you jump into another. For example, I still have to come here one more time, okay? Last year, I got 2 lifetimes as a gift. Nilipewa 2 lifetimes as a gift. So I'm a life path number 9. So I was supposed to come back as life path number 11, number 22, and 33 now. And then now I can leave this physical shape and form and take another shape and form, okay? Another being that is beyond the human. So I got 2 lifetimes as a gift. So I have to come back here one more time. Now, when I incarnate back here, I'm not going to come back into the same shape and body. I'm going to come back into a human being, shape and form, but I'll pick a body that is more expanded. So I may even come back in a skin color that's different from mine, as long as those minds are expanded, or even in the same skin color, but they expand in minds. So that's incarnation, where you repeat again, but in a better body. But when you are born for the first time, that was carnation. That is why you talk of canon knowledge. I know her canon knowledge. The first time you came here. Then you can have reincarnations. And then now you can have incarnation, where you go into something in a lighter form. Some of you have to come here hundreds of years, thousands of years. I've been here hundreds of years before. But now I'm creating such a big mindset that is so expanded that by that time I'll have no mind walking as a human being can contain my mind. My mind will be too big. It will have shed so much of this world that I'll have nothing that can take my memory. So I'll incarnate into a lighter being. You get what I'm saying? I know you're getting, or maybe you're not getting, but I'm not here to make you get. Law of attraction is a whole topic that I'm not jumping into. Please brief us on 7 gods sabbatical. Nimetoka hiyo maneno ya miaka 7. Go and read the Bible. Genesis. Hiyo nilikuwa nasema ni Genesis what? Ni Genesis see, I just told you. Ni Genesis chapter 41. Yeah, go to Genesis chapter 41, start at verse 21. Ndio, 21. Start from 17. Genesis 41, start from verse 17. That is the 7 good years and the 7 bad years. When Pharaoh was having his dream interpreted by Joseph in the land of Egypt. Egypt as a land means slaves. We are the slave minds. We are building their pyramids. We are building their governments. Okay? So when they're talking about slaves, usifikirie slaves wako Israel ni wewe. Wewe uko enslaved na taxes, una nyumba, unalipa kila kitu, unalipa stima, unalipa maji, unalipa kila kitu. Haufai kuwa ukilipa maji. You're only supposed to be, you are to pay to get the water connected. From there you're not supposed to pay for anything kwa sababu maji ni free na ni ya Mungu. Na inatoka kwa river na kunanyesha. Lakini umwezi get. Nasema but hii maji inasafishwa, nani alichafua in the first place? Ni Mungu alichafua maji. Quantupliping and manifesting, how are they related? Sitaki kuongea maneno ya manifestation. It's a whole topic. It's a whole topic. In fact, what I'm thinking, I should start a subscription on TikTok. Maybe 330. Yeah, maybe 330 subscription. Then hizo zote mnauliza naweza anza hapo. What is spirituality, levels of spirituality, how to practice mindfulness, nini, power of law, spirituality, manifestation, the law of attraction. Then you can find them there. 330. Kilipa 330, you find that information there. I think that would be best. So what does that mean for someone who analyzes themselves? Do they repeat? Yeah, actually, that's a very good question. Nani ameuliza? Endless possibilities. Oh, shout out to endless possibilities. Now, when you enliven yourself, think about it like this. Unless you know how to do it, there are people who know how to enliven themselves. So for the people who know how to enliven themselves, these are like the ninjas. So they would take something like this. You have to put it into your solar plexus. No, let me not do this because I'm teaching. You put it in your solar plexus at a specific time and twist. Apana, you're not ready for that kind of witchcraft and magic. When you unlive yourself, the state of mind, remember, why are you taking your own life? You're taking your own life because you are overwhelmed. So you're already weak. You cannot face the world. So you feel you are helpless. There's nothing you can do to get yourself out of that situation. So when you enliven yourself, that is the state of mind, what you call a memory, that will be in your bank when you die. The same way ukizima computer, ile kitu inabakingi kwa memory. Zile vitu kume save kwa hiyo computer. Ikicrash, unaweza pelekea mtu atoe kwa memory, your hard disk. So when you enliven yourself, the state of mind that you are in is what you are going to be reincarnated into. So you are going to go into even now, it's even going to be worse. Because you are going to go to someone who's thinking about the same thoughts and feelings, feeling helpless. So unaweza toka, ulikuwa umezaliwa nyumba unashindwa kulipa, sasa unaweza uzaliwa sasa kwa mapipa, chokora. So never kill yourself. No matter what happens in your life, never, ever, ever in your life. This is the only time I can use the word never for this video. Never kill yourself. God is a respecter of the hustling spirit. Because when you're at your lowest, when you're at your end, you have nothing else to do. You're supposed to practice the 9-winged or the 9-star ritual. What do I mean? When you open your hands and legs and your head, you make the 5-pointed star. Okay? Now, if you are to add wings to this 5-pointed star, if you are to add wings on both sides, both of your wings, utaongeza wing moja hapa juu na ingine hapa juu. Ingine hapa juu, ingine hapa juu. That becomes the 9-pointed star, which is a ritual that you can practice where when you are to your lowest, you can always look at life and you see just one thing that you can be proud about. No matter what is happening, I'm still proud I am able to breathe, because there are people who cannot even breathe and they depend on machines. That's the 9-pointed star or the 9-winged angel. So even at your lowest, remember that you can always look at life and see just one positive thing that can bring back that spark in life. And God will look at you like he's suffering, he's going through his worst, but he's still not cursing himself. He still finds something to be proud about. So never enliven yourself. Is that? Just like Bob Marley through his sons. So Jenga, thayo life plan, one has to go through from 1 to 33. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can repeat 1, 2, 3 after 4 as a zirudia. AKA, you can have someone who's vibrating very high, but still on a low dimension. He's up there. Hey, this woman are shaped, pana. Ay. Ubasa huku ni mabibiza wenyewe. You comment on them, they hate on you. They are not used to being told they are beautiful, but they have carbs. They have carbs. I'm telling you. You know, I'm packed outside the butchery. Sana naona wakikuja kukula nyama. Na wao ni nyama. Ushaiona nyama inakula ile ingine? Iko nje ya butchery. Niko nje ya butchery. Sasa wanaingia pale. Nyama inaingia kununua nyama pale. Nyama inaingia inanunua nyama. I'm packed outside the butchery. Wacha nikwambie wala mama wanakuja hapa. Wako. So now, let's say you can be very high, someone like your president. He's a high vibrational being, okay? That is why amefika hapo. That's a big spirit. Anyone who's a president, these are high vibration. These are big spirit. That is why munamuona. Everybody, every house has a picture of the president. That's a lot of energy. That is a big spirit, but very low on vibration, very low, lost. So low, very individualistic. Bado wanaimba mashamba, vitu kama hizo. Who's sending me an invite to you? I should not have accepted that. Maybe we'll have to roast him. So angoje hapo alani kidogo. So when you're going through those levels from 1 all the way to 9, there's 11, the master number 22 and 33. However, you can skip them. You can be gifted. Mekwambia was given 2 lifetimes last year. So those ones have been gifted. Don't ask me how. You cannot understand it. How to get Christ consciousness. You already have Christ consciousness. You can now receive guests. So how to get you always have Christ. God sent me to this live. I'm so grateful. Shout out to Tina. You sent yourself. Don't give God credit. It's your spirit that brought you here. It's your soul. God has got nothing to do with that. It's your soul that brought you here. But you are part of the whole. You are part of the all possibilities. So all possibilities enabled you as a possibility to come here. Always give yourself credit. The more you give yourself credit, the more now you have more faith and belief in yourself. Tap your screen and grateful students. Wacha wakae kutap. Shit, I'd said 5 minutes nikapitisha. So let me give you another 7 because I have grace. You know when you have grace, let me give you another 7 minutes. Just another 7 minutes. You know, because you know I'm feeling generous. So that we can see, come on, you can see more asses. You know what I'm saying? 7 more minutes as we wait and that's a tiny girl, but naka nika dogo. Kwa nika portable. Ka laptop. Those are the tiny girls that you can hold them like this and walk around the room making her dance.